It was hard. There were a lot of things I seen. But I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
He's a monster. He's literally a monster.
The billionaire rapper.
Even Usher. Usher deleted his Twitter account, deleted it, right? Or took everything down. He deleted a bunch of, I think, 7,000 tweets, and then came back a day later and he put, me again? He wrote, account got hacked.
At 13, Usher entered Diddy's Flavor Camp, where he was thrust into a chaotic world where mentorship and exploitation often blurred in shocking ways.
To New York City. And I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you over to something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp.
Yeah,
Flavor
that's
Camp.
what it was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
In the 90s, do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right?
No, not really. I
Come
mean,
on.
but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see.
It's hard to believe that one of R&B's most respected figures, a Grammy-winning artist known for his smooth hits and charisma, was once a vulnerable 13-year-old exposed to a world far beyond his years. When Usher Raymond moved to New York to work with Diddy, he wasn't just learning the music business, he was navigating a harsh, unpredictable reality.
I went there to see the lifestyle,
Right?
And I saw it, and it was, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
So nobody tried to, some woman didn't come along.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I didn't say that. What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place, and I didn't necessarily understand it.
Biggie Smalls was there.
Biggie Smalls was there. Lil' Kim, Craig Mack.
All these people are hanging around.
Yeah, man. Faith Evans,
And your parents
Jodeci,
were
Mary J.
okay?
Blige. They didn't know nothing about this shit.
Oh.
I was having a good time. You know what I mean?
Does he have you doing any chores? Are you doing dishes at all? I mean, to keep you humble somewhat? Or are you just like, can you stay up till 4 a.m. with them and party?
I mean, I could. I actually stayed up longer than them.
And do you have money? What's going on?
I mean, I had like per diem. I had like,
What
like
a
a living.
life.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
14 years old. You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy Camp?
Hell no.
What Usher witnessed and was forced to endure was a lifestyle marked by the dark excesses of fame, drugs, sex, and parties so debauched they would make anyone's skin crawl.
Yeah, we want to thank you. Come here, don't sit on the bed at night. No homo. No, just don't get close to the bed. Don't get close. But it's just like, yo, we want to thank you for hosting the thing, man. It's been a pleasure. You didn't have to do it, and you did it.
No, I definitely didn't have to do it. I definitely didn't have to. First and foremost, I'm not getting in the bed. Shout out to him and what he did. I'm just gonna, if we can, let's just put the camera a little this way, just so we're not. I don't want my shot to even, I don't want it to come close to the bed, at all. Usher look like he fresh off a goddamn plane. I should.
Fresh off the garden stage. That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, pause, but like, check this out. I mean, back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the Frosted Flakes because he used to always get up early with me. Now he's one of the richest stars in the world. And
What the f did Puff just say? Nobody's gonna acknowledge this but me. Puff just said we used to wrestle over the Frosted Flakes, and we're streaming live. That was stupid. Listen, that was fucking stupid.
We're having a good time, yo. Usher.
So what really happened behind closed doors at Puff's Flavor Camp, and how much of it was Usher truly aware of at the time? Let's take a deeper look at the shocking truths that have only come to light in recent months, as the spotlight on Diddy grows darker than ever.
Don't hit me no more. Kick in the door, waving the 4-4. All you heard was Papa, don't hit me no more. Let's go. Kick in the door, waving the 4-4. Hey.
Usher's rise to fame was meteoric, but it came at a cost. After signing his first record deal, he found himself under the mentorship of Sean Diddy Combs, a powerful music mogul whose reputation for both influence and controversy was unmatched. In the early 90s, Usher was a young, eager talent at the perfect age to be shaped by one of the most influential figures in hip-hop and R&B.
I didn't fire her. What happened was there was a difference in opinion. In any business relationship there will be. We begin to kind of grow apart in our theory. For the most part, I felt like this would be great for us. And I really want her to be supportive of man, Usher, not just the artist. You know, I could have many managers, but I can only have one mother. She's really enjoying being a grandmother, Grandma J, you know.
But what do you think is going to be the greatest lesson you're going to, in the end, teach your son?
I just hope that my kids will be passionate young men, that they will believe in something.
But what Usher experienced while living with Diddy at just 13 years old was far from the typical mentor-ment dynamic. It wasn't a standard music industry education. Usher later recalled how he was exposed to a world of shocking and unsettling things behind the scenes, things that were well beyond his understanding at the time. I got a chance to see some things, Usher confessed in a 2016 interview with Howard Stern. I went there to see the lifestyle, and I saw it.
Some music executive from the industry back in Harlem. You know, I heard it from some music executives back in Harlem. And I'm not gonna speak on their name. They doing programs and everything like that, and they may be doing some programs, they may speak on it themselves. But I heard it from some music executives.
What did you hear?
Bro, you know how people be talking, and we was around some people, something like that, and then some people might say, yo, I don't F with that dude. And at the time, I didn't even know who the F Usher was. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those type of situations. And when probably say, yo, man, I don't F with them niggas. Man, I'm getting out that industry and everything like that. You know, Puff sent this little kid to the hospital. How he sent him to the hospital? Man, nigga was bleeding from the butt. And that's what was said. I didn't even have a name for the kid at the
What Usher saw wasn't just the glamour of the music world. He was thrown into a world where party culture dominated, and the lines between friendship and hedonism were dangerously blurred. He admitted there were always girls around, and at times, he'd open a door to find people having sex or even multiple people in a room engaged in an orgy. You never knew what was going to happen, he said.
He lived a rock and roll lifestyle when I was with him, bro. I don't know about his sex addiction and stuff like that. He was a totally different person, bro. When I try to tell people that, they don't understand that. He was probably doing some of the little snake shit, doing some things and stuff like that, but the magnitude and what he was doing with the freak off parties and all like that, yo, I didn't experience that with him. That was not my experience with Diddy or Puffy or Puff Daddy. That wasn't my experience with him.
And you had no idea who Usher was when you heard about him?
I didn't know who Usher was at the time. It's all gonna come out some kind of way, bro. All this is God's, this is something that was put in place, and it was designed by God, brother, for all this to happen and go down like this.
These candid revelations sent shockwaves through the music community. Imagine being 13, living with one of the biggest names in hip-hop, and constantly surrounded by such reckless behavior. At a young age, Usher wasn't just learning about music, he was being exposed to the dark side of fame.
The lawsuit, right? Lil Rod, he alleges that, Diddy told him personally that he had sex with Usher. And when you look at the lawsuit, even though they got Usher name redacted, you could tell who it is because they described him as the guy that performed at the Super Bowl.
Right.
So, we all know who that is, but how you feel about that, man?
Well, I mentioned that earlier, that he said about Stevie J. The Usher part, that's a touchy situation, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I had a certain feeling, and I felt a certain way when Usher got on Shay Shay, and I don't mean to mention other people's platforms, but he got on Shay Shay and he mentioned how great and how good Puff taught him and everything. You know what I'm saying? About the business, right? I know, and people know, that was around in that time that Puff and Usher did have a situation. And that situation let Usher.
It's clear Usher wasn't the only one caught up in these wild scenes. The young star wasn't just spending time with Diddy, he was surrounded by some of the biggest names in the industry, including the notorious B.I.G., Lil Kim, Craig Mack, Faith Evans, and Mary J. Blige. The Puffy Flavor camp wasn't just about music, it was a chaotic blend of creative energy, fame, and decadence. In this environment, Usher learned firsthand just how dangerous that mix could be.
Especially if he getting butt plugs in different flavors.
But speaking of butt plugs, right, I remember some years ago, Cameron, he did an interview, and he told a story about how he went to Diddy house with mates,
Yeah.
and he fought the dildo in the sink.
I think that was crazy. I think that was out of, and then Mace said that was Puffs. I think he said Mace said that was Puffs, but Mace was in the bathroom with it. I don't know what that was all about, man, but that was real weird to me. That was crazy.
Crazy, man. But before we get off of that, right, I remember you told me a while ago that, you know, Mace, he used to live with Diddy, and he know a lot of stuff about Diddy that a lot of people don't know.
Man, it's a lot of stuff that Mace and Usher know that they ain't telling about Diddy. There's a lot of stuff that they know. Can you imagine, bruh? Can you really imagine?
What you mean by Usher, though?
Usher used to stay with Diddy, too.
As a teenager, Usher was exposed to the darker side of fame early on. In a Rolling Stone interview, he revealed that Puff Daddy introduced him to a world of parties, women, and drugs when he was just 15. Reflecting on the experience, Usher admitted he had a taste of that lifestyle but never let it control him, recognizing even then how dangerous it could be.
A lot of people believed that, you know, Usher was groomed by Diddy.
He wasn't only groomed by Diddy, he was groomed by L.A. Reid, the rest of them too, man. Because they knew what happened. Then they came out and brought him back, and all of a sudden, he's getting all the great tracks. He's getting all the songs. They making him into this star, even though he may have been abused.
They seem to be pretty good friends.
Well, they probably is.
I mean, they did a lot of work together, man, throughout their whole career. You know, Puff was early in his career. Puff and Usher were working together when Usher was just a kid, all the way up. I mean, you know, I think there's videos from not too long ago when they were together, and you know, Puff is making jokes about how they used to wrestle for the Frosted Flakes in the morning. And,
yeah, I bet they did.
You know,
somebody frosted somebody flakes.
Usher was deeply impacted not just by the parties and excess, but by the environment Diddy created, one where success was tied to indulgence, creativity was paired with chaos, and morally questionable behavior became normalized.
I get a deal with LaFace Records, and it's now about to happen.
Every time I look at you,
They decided that Sean Puffy Combs was the person that really helped me understand what it was to exist as an artist. So going to New York City was full of so many obstacles. One, I'm from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Now being in this big city, I don't know nobody. I don't know my way around. I don't know the culture, what this place is. I don't even know what the word culture meant at the time. And it was hard. There were a lot of things I seen, and a lot of positions that I think I was put in where I had to make very, very tough decisions in my life about who I would be. I was 13 years old, and being 13, having that type of exposure, you know, yeah, it was cool to go to Howard Homecoming with Puff. It was great to be able to go to Club USA or the Supper Club, you know, with Puffy in that time, or the Tunnel. But these are places that a 13-year-old probably should not be. You know, most kids would be excited about it. You know, most kids are trying to figure out, you know, how to be around, you know, hot girls, pretty girls. I'm around grown women, and I'm seeing them do things and have experiences that I'm not quite ready for.
Usher described his time at Diddy's house as more than just mentorship. It was full immersion into the raw, indulgent life of fame. You'd stay up until the early hours partying with Diddy and his entourage, but I stayed up even longer, he reflected.
Kim Porter. See, Kim was one of the first girls who was brave enough to get tapes and get what she needed to get. You understand? This is commerce, this is bank exchange on flesh and pride and ego. Tamika knew she could get Usher because she had evidence of what he was doing with the diddler. And guess what? Rather than going to the police and doing the right thing when that boy drowned on Lake Lanier, Usher did nothing for his stepchild. Matter of fact, I know for a fact he paid money to have that investigation shut down.
Amid the excitement and temptation, Usher couldn't ignore the darker side of what he witnessed. I don't know if I could indulge or even understand what I was looking at, he admitted. It was a wild experience that revealed the inner turmoil of a young boy thrust into a world of excess and influence, uncertain about what he was seeing, but instinctively knowing it wasn't normal.
He was just trying to show me the lifestyle. However, that's not what I was there for. I was there because I wanted a career, man. So we would fight, we would tussle. More than often, I think Puffy would say, man, you gotta chill. Like, you just a little bit too intense. You know, you gotta relax. Like, yo, man, I'm here to work, man. I ain't sang in a week. I mean, I'm 13 years old, like banging on this man as though, you know, I am the manager. I am the spokesperson for Usher. And I'm telling him, look, you're gonna put me in the studio, man. You got Biggie Smalls in there, you got Craig Mack in there. You're gonna make me a priority too. I'm not here to party with you. I don't wanna go to the clubs. Matter of fact, I'm too young to even be in here. Why you got me in clubs? I think as a kid, I realized, hey, look, that's not my ring. That's not my moment. That's not my bottle. That's not my drink. That's not my celebration. So I'm not.
Usher isn't the only one to speak out about disturbing experiences under Diddy's roof. Others from Diddy's camps during that time have hinted at similar situations, sharing stories that reveal a troubling world where money and power were used to excuse behavior no one, especially someone so young, should ever have to witness.
Diddy Combs is facing new sexual assault allegations. A lawyer representing 120 accusers says the artist committed numerous sexual acts on his clients, dating back more than 20 years. ABC's Andrew Dimpert has the details.
This morning, Sean Diddy Combs faces a slew of new allegations. 120 new alleged victims coming forward with plans to sue, claiming Combs sexually assaulted or abused them.
The biggest secret in the entertainment industry that really wasn't a secret at all has finally been revealed to the world.
The alleged assaults spanned 3 decades, with the alleged victims ranging from men and women who claim they were drugged during Combs' parties to a 9-year-old who claims Combs assaulted him in a music studio.
When we talk about the ages of the victims when the conduct occurred, it's shocking. 25 of the 120 individuals who are plaintiffs in these cases were minors at the time of the acts.
The new accusations have not been fully vetted, and the lawyer expecting to file the lawsuits says victims will remain anonymous whenever legally possible. But the claims come on the heels of a dozen other civil suits and a federal criminal case against Combs that alleges a decades-long pattern of physical.
Even in 2024, as Diddy faces charges that could alter his career and legacy forever, people are revisiting Usher's interviews and memories. What once seemed like anecdotes now appear as early warning signs of something far more sinister unfolding behind the scenes.
He's not Justin Bieber yet, he's just some kid. And he says, I want to sing for you.
It was at the studio of Jermaine Dupri's. I said, you know, why don't you set up a meeting between me and your manager? I'd love to meet with you and do this in a formal setting. I'm late for an appointment with Jermaine Dupri,
right?
And I don't want to keep him waiting. Let's just do this the right way.
And then you have him come to audition for you, right?
Actually, there were a few people. My wife at the time.
Right.
It also was Perry Reed, L.A. Reid's first wife.
You were all sitting in a room somewhere.
We were in a room.
Yeah.
And I showed her the video. And Perry says, are you crazy?
you better get down there and meet this kid right now. He's amazing.
When all these dick pics come out and all this stuff with Bieber's big penis, are you the mastermind behind that? Say, listen, show off your big penis and people will come to those concerts? Or are you sitting there?
Is that the kind of managing he's doing?
Usher, are you sitting down with him and saying, yeah, show your cock, or leave it in your pants? I mean, do you sit him down and say, look, part of this is PR,
Hey,
man.
by the way, he does have a brain of his own.
Yeah, but were you shocked at the size of his penis?
Hey, listen, he has a mind of his own. What he chose to do with his penis is his prerogative. He's managing that aspect of his life.
But Usher is somebody...
I have nothing to do with Justin Bieber's private part.
Many believe these stories are more than cautionary tales of a young man swept up in the whirlwind of fame. They may be pieces of a larger puzzle, shedding light on the legal challenges Diddy is now facing.
A Texas lawyer announced to a crowd of reporters on Tuesday that his law firm plans to pursue legal action against music mogul Sean Diddy Combs on behalf of more than 100 victims. More than 24 of those future plaintiffs say they were just kids when Combs allegedly assaulted them. We're talking about attorney Tony Busby. And it's not just Combs that he says is caught in the crosshairs.
The wall of silence has now been broken, and victims are coming forward. Our team has had at this point more than 3,285 individuals contact us with people claiming to have been victimized by Sean Combs. We now represent 120 individuals who intend to bring civil claims in civil court against Sean Diddy Combs, as well as claims against many other individuals and entities that we will name as defendants as we file these individual cases. I expect that through this process, many powerful people will be exposed. Many dirty secrets will be revealed. We know what we are potentially up against.
The resurfacing of these interviews comes as Diddy sits behind bars awaiting trial on charges including sex trafficking, abuse, and using his power to manipulate vulnerable individuals. This timing has led many to connect the dots between Diddy's past behavior and his current legal troubles, suggesting that his relationships with young artists like Usher may have been more about control than mentorship.
Combs has been denied bail in connection with the sexual abuse and sex trafficking charges he faces. And as Les Trent reports, the music mogul who once traveled by private jet to all those mansions is now in a jail that is notorious for its bad living conditions.
Music mogul Sean Diddy Combs spent his first night behind bars inside a facility that is being called Hell on Earth. The Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn is notorious for its appalling living conditions and rampant violence. How bad is it inside this federal lockup? There have been 2 murders, 4 suicides, and numerous stabbings and lockdowns in recent years. It's so out of control inside that 4 federal judges are reportedly refusing to send any more prisoners here. Donald Trump's former fixer, Michael Cohen, spent a harrowing year in federal custody. He says for someone used to a life of luxury like Diddy, prison life is a severe shock.
You have a desk, you have a plastic chair, you have your bed with a 1.5-inch mattress, no pillow, and you also have a locker. So you basically have 3 feet by 5 feet to move around. So you have a basic 15 square feet. It is a horrible.
Usher's memories of his time with Diddy aren't solely filled with regret or resentment. He has often praised Diddy's business acumen, acknowledging the valuable lessons he learned about the music industry, entrepreneurship, and brand building. Usher once said, "I saw him in real time working it out, building something from nothing." However, these lessons came at a personal cost, learned in an environment rife with temptations and moral compromises. Even now, as Diddy faces a public reckoning, Usher has mostly remained silent on the more uncomfortable aspects of their relationship. While details from his past continue to resurface, he has distanced himself from the controversies surrounding Diddy. This became even more apparent in 2024 when he scrubbed his social media accounts clean, fueling speculation that he may be trying to separate himself from past associations.
Everybody in the music industry and everybody in Hollywood knew about this, okay? There's no BSing about it, but I knew about this guy when I was in Hollywood, and there's some other people that I know that have these type of parties. I don't know about the cameras that I would never go to, and I was warned not to go to, okay? It's no secret. Just like Epstein, just like Harvey Weinstein, and everybody knew. Look at how many videos, and everybody praised them. Michelle Obama, Barack, all the videos are surfacing with him and Diddy and all these people. Even Usher deleted his Twitter account, deleted it, right? Or took everything down. He deleted a bunch of, I think 7,000 tweets, and then came back a day later and he put
me again.
He wrote account got hacked, and damn, y'all ran with it. It's not a secret. I'm tired of everybody playing this game. Okay,
Well, actually, read the comments on what people said. Let's see what people said, like if they bought it or not.
Okay, yeah.
The old
Diddy hacked your butt.
The account got attacked and hacked.
That's the first one. Oh, that's security. Keep going, Robbie. So crazy how it got hacked, but instead of posting crazy stuff, the hacker just deleted your post and Diddy got arrested, and all the stuff with Justin Bieber. So weird, we all ran with it, right, bro? Nobody's buying that, dude. So, Pat, the majority of these, Pink said the same thing.
That's the best one.
Yeah, but guys, Pink and somebody else, they deleted their stuff a little while back. But Usher, in his own words on the Howard Stern show, like when I tell you guys, these demons hide in plain sight.
You think you know Sean Diddy Combs, but what if the power, fame, and nightclubs concealed something far more chilling? Behind the VIP rooms and flashing lights, there's a side to Diddy's world that many haven't seen, a side he's allegedly tried to keep hidden for decades. This isn't just a story of partying gone wrong. It's about a night at the 2000 MTV Video Music Awards afterparty that left a teenage girl's life shattered. Was it all a misunderstanding? Or is there a darker reality lurking in plain sight?
So good, you're doing so good. I just want to say, everyone will suffer.
Plus, I heard the public was going to be there, so I got scared. Check it out. So, thank you for this award. It means a lot to me.
The new lawsuits against Diddy bring fresh accusations spanning over 2 decades, raising unsettling questions and weaving a chilling narrative around one central inquiry. How deep do these stories really go? And if the whispers are true, why has the entertainment world remained so silent?